There we go. All right. We are here and live to the YouTubes on another Tuesday night. Welcome back, everybody, to the HOBO Racing League and the HOBO Cup Series, our continuing Tuesday night coverage of the full season. And tonight, it is the one we've all been waiting for. The absolute wild card, the absolute craziness. That is Daytona. Daytona International Speedway, Daytona Beach, Florida. The world's center of racing, as it is affectionately known as, of course, home of the Daytona 500. What more can you say? It's as historic as it gets. Of course, played host to an incredible finish at the Cup race this past weekend. And hopefully, we'll be in for something similar here tonight. For 70 laps of action in total. And to join me for those 70 laps, a voice that is quickly becoming very familiar here on the channel, Mr. Caleb Rose. Welcome back, my man.
Glad to be back up here once again. It's truly an honor, as always. And, like you said, it's Daytona. What really much can you say? Very historic racetrack. Racing here is usually always spectacular. And honestly, definitely expecting some good racing here tonight from Daytona. And it's going to be interesting to see who we might see up front here in this race, who we might see fighting for the win, and just what all goes down here tonight after 70 laps here from the racetrack that plays host to the Great American Race.
And I think this is going to be a great race in and of itself, as you had just said. Obviously, pack racing is going to be the name of the game. The draft is going to be the name of the game. These guys are still running open set, though, so these guys still have to contend with what's going to work out the best in that regard, as far as just plain old speed. And I think we may see some different faces up front. Of course, you're going to have your comers and goers in a race like this. It's looking like we're going to have a field of 24 drivers, based on what I'm seeing here in TeamSpeak. So, stacked field as always. We got qualifying taking place right now. Everybody's turned in their laps. But if there is one track where qualifying is probably going to matter the absolute least, it's definitely this one, with Talladega maybe being the other exception there. Talladega tends to be even more of a wild card than this one. But yeah, second to last race of the regular season before the chase begins. We will be bringing you guys coverage from Darlington next week. That's going to be a very interesting one, especially after the racing that we saw earlier this year. And I look forward to calling that one without a throat that is trying to cave in on itself. So, and of course, we will have a more complete picture of the chase hopefuls and what we will be looking at in that regard come that race tonight. It's just have at it. Just Godspeed and best of luck, and just try to keep the thing pointing in a straight line, avoid the big one, and have something at the end for the lead draft. That's really all you can hope for in this one. But checking up front at the qualifying results here, and it is Herman Race on pole, and the qualifying domination of the 73-28-113 continues. In this case, it is the 73's turn. It is cool to see Herman and that Cadillac up on the top step for the start of the race there. Caleb Lingle will be to his outside. Jeff Stakanis in third, and a phenomenal qualifying lap from Randy Smith will put him in fourth. See what that will turn into for him. Monty Keller with an excellent lap in P5. Watch for him to be dangerous here in this one. Our man Mac Daddy, Keith McLean in P6. And Duke Sorensen, Steve Grant, Eddie Rayleigh, and Irv Johnston are the top 10. Rest of the field will line up as Charlie Trusty, Dan Rubino, Ken Hansen, DJ, Ricky Bumbaloo, Harry Kodian, Jason San Diego, BSR KJ just managed to sneak into the race at the last minute, so that will be 25 drivers. Rob Heath, Troy Donahue, Ryan Johnson all turn lap times. That's the top 21. Also starting tonight will be Ron Simpson, HB Hardy, Fugate, and Mark Gisenza. Pretty much all the usual suspects. Ron Simpson with a wonderful 23rd place qualifying position there, with myself in front of him and Caleb Rose behind him. So I guess the good news there for him is he won't have any obstruction in his pit box. But Caleb, I was mentioning to you with the fact that this track tends to run a little bit tight on the inside lane. This is the TR Night version of Daytona. But ultimately, I know that you, of course, have a lot of offline racing experience and putting on races at this track or similar versions. Um, but ultimately, you were telling me pre-race, just put a blindfold on, put a dartboard up, and just throw that dart and see where it lands, and that tends to be the case. But any expectations coming into Daytona tonight?
Yeah, of course, with it being a super speedway, of course, we definitely could see a lot of the drivers that we've seen up front pretty much all season be prominent tonight. Like we see Herman Reese, Caleb Lingle there on the front row, and we definitely could expect a lot of other guys up there as well. But yeah, super speedways definitely kind of break open the door for quite a bit of parity. So, yeah, like you said that I often say, usually it's just a matter of putting on a blindfold and throwing a dart at a dartboard and just see where it lands. But I could definitely potentially expect a little bit of parity here in this one. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see who we see fighting for the race win at the end, who does eventually get it done here from Daytona. But honestly, at a track like this, it could probably come from about anywhere in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Qualifying in a 70-lap Daytona race about as irrelevant as I said as you can get. So anybody can win this deal. Someone that could be running up front that we don't typically see toward the front may have some super speedway prowess and might be able to put it on display here tonight. Of course, yeah, with our top two being very familiar drivers to the front of the field. Caleb Lingle with 3 wins on the season. Of course, Herman Reese leading that charge on the wins column with 5. But on the same note, there, I mean, you got Randy Smith starting top 5 as well, and we don't see him up toward the front too much. So I would watch for that 10 to be a possible factor. I was just checking the previous Super Speedway results, and Randy Smith did indeed finish P5 at the last Super Speedway race at Talladega. Of course, that race was also won by the 112 of Eddie Rayleigh. So, and while Eddie is definitely a good driver in his own right, we haven't seen him in too many of these races in race-winning contention. So, see what those guys are going to be able to do. See who might be able to slice their way forward. Of course, Cup physics. So the draft is obviously going to be crucial, but the runs aren't going to be quite as crazy. The pushes aren't going to be quite as crazy as you might see with something like CTS physics. You'll be seeing more of that on Saturday night when we bring you guys prime time. That's going to be wild with the kind of pushing that we're going to be seeing there. But for tonight, though, a lot of movement, I anticipate. Obviously, the worse your car tends to handle, the better it, or the faster it tends to be. So you got to strike that balance. Grill tape, always a little bit of a factor with the lower engine RPMs of these Cup cars. And a smaller fuel cell, meaning that these guys will only be able to go about 18 to 19 laps on a single tank with the 2x pit frequency that these guys are running. Just about to kick it to the race session here. Like I said, 70 laps. And with that pit window, that should put it at, if my math serves me correctly, it'll be about a 3-stopper. Green flag pit stops, if we do indeed make it there, are going to be wild. So hopefully everyone will be able to keep it clean if we do indeed reach that point. Right now, though, it's time to tighten those belts, let out a little bit of anxiety, because this is going to be a very anxious race for a lot of guys in very, very tight quarters racing here at Daytona, the narrower of the two super speedways. So that just adds to it even further.
Drivers, to your cars.
get on and off track here. Oh, we're doing the half pace lap. That's nice. Save some time there. I appreciate that, everybody. Here's a live picture as the field takes shape. Oh boy, Caleb, we saw ourselves a phenomenal race at Fontana. I've got you back up here for this one. I love having you up here for these races in general, but I swear I've got you up here for some of the most exciting, chaotic races of the season thus far.
It's been such an honor to be up here from the start. These races have all just been absolutely wild, and I cannot wait to see how this one plays out. Regardless of what goes down, it's going to be a fun one here from Daytona. Yeah, just cannot wait to see how it plays out.
Field rolling in the back straightaway into turn number 3. Couple familiar guys up front. But this one here to start it, 73 and 113. How long will they be able to hold on to those leads? Well, we're going to find out as the field all takes shape. Everybody's getting caught up. And here we go. It is the World Center of Racing, Daytona Beach, Florida. What more can you ask for? Pace car will make the turn. And here we go. Tighten your belts, boys and girls. It's racing at Daytona. And here we go.
Boogity, boogity.
70 laps of craziness. And it starts now. Trying to get sorted out here, but leading the first lap will be the pole sitter. Herman Reese with a push from Jeff Stakanis managed to make that inside lane work. And now we're going to move up to the grippier middle lane. Like I was saying, that middle lane is going to be the preferred place to be just to keep it smooth. That inside tends to get a little squirrely or at least a little tight. Of course, if you're able to handle your car around that, then not as much of a big deal, but I do feel like it'll be slightly harder to make up ground on that inside lane. Especially when the outside is as formed up as it's already getting. But, on the flip side of that, if you try to make a third lane work, which with the amount of movement that I'm seeing right now, I don't know about that, but that would probably be the place to actually make up positions and trying to make a run toward the front. But right now, top 4, top 5, clear on that outer lane. Monty Keller trying to lead Duke Sorensen there on the inside. But just 2 cars versus this absolute freight train on the outside. Yeah, we all know who's going to be dominating this portion based on just how close they're all running. So, see if it'll hold like that. But I imagine it's at least going to stay this way for the first going. It's trying to run out some laps.
That outside lane got formed up really well, pretty much right off the rip. And now Herman Reese in the 73 looking to lead that outside lane. Monty Keller in the 28 was able to find a hole, get up to the outside, leaving Duke Sorensen there in the 59 as the lead car on the inside lane. They're trying to get something formed up here, but that outside lane, like I said, is just too well formed up right now, and you're seeing cars make their way up the outside. Eddie Rayleigh there in the 112 is going to go up to the outside, block the 43 of Charlie Trusty there, but that outside lane definitely is where you want to be for the moment. And I'd imagine these guys will probably run it a bit conservatively here for a while, kind of just stay in line here on that outside lane. But as this race goes along, I have no doubt the aggression is going to pick up. The patience is going to start to run dry, but still kind of just logging laps as of now. And so far, Herman Reese in the 73 out in front, leading this line of cars.
being the Pied Piper, as it were. But yeah, as you said, I'm sure that a lot of that just has to do with slogging some laps and trying to click off as many green flag laps as we can. Although Dan Rubino looking to try to make something happen here on the inside. Luke Sorensen has not gone to the outside. He definitely had some opportunities that he could have, but opted to stay down there, try and see what he could do. He got both of the Johnstons down there, it looks like, 49 and 77. Rob Heath is down there. Ryan Johnston's down there. These guys got to get a little more formed up if we're going to make anything happen. My goodness, there's just the amount of movement, though, is what's making me nervous. They see Ricky Bumbalo really is sideways. Ooh, little twits there from Steve Grant. He's got his #1 fan in the chat there. But no, just kind of as we were saying, that looks like that inside lane is starting to get a little bit of energy going. They got to the inside of Ken Hansen. They're getting closer now to Monty Keller. They're able to make something happen here, but it's as I said, with the cup physics, it's not quite as easy to generate big runs, big momentum shifts. Those runs are going to be a little more gradual, and these lines are going to be a little bit more spread out than something like, again, what we'll see on Saturday night with prime time and the CTS physics that they run. So, something of course to bear in mind. But you could definitely push with the bumpers here. Wouldn't be surprised if a few guys are going to be doing that, especially later on in the going. So far, aside from a lot of movement, that's the only thing making me nervous. Otherwise, so far, looking pretty clean.
Yeah, seeing a lot of movement, a lot of pushing around. As about Keith McLean in the 28. Ooh. Going down to the inside. Oh, Caleb Wingo tried to get down, but McLean was already there. Already starting to maybe get a little bit crazy. Rubino saw something on that inside lane. They started moving forward a little bit. And now that inside lane arguably now looks a bit more formed up than the outside as cars from the outside lane start to drop down low and everyone starts to spread out. But now Keith McLean, the 28, now leading the inside. He's to the inside of the 113 of Caleb Lingle. But now things are kind of changing hands here. Oh, the 94's in the fence. Ken Hansen got a bit swirly there on the outside, and that's not going to work out for him at all because he's going to lose all his momentum. And looks like he's going to drop out of the draft as well.
Well, out of the draft. Boy, not too sure what happened there, but with the way that he was suddenly twitching that thing, that had to have been some form of contact. But good on him, keeping it up there in the wall and not coming down into anybody and causing a big mess. So that's going to be a tough break, and he's going to be hoping for a yellow flag. And I might be hoping for a yellow flag, too. I may need to lower something graphically. My frame rate is terrible. But, we'll fix that at some point. But that inside, yep, is kind of stabilized. Dan Rubino is definitely happy to go to whatever lane he chooses. He just went back to the outside. Steve Grant did the same thing. Then he got the 28, the 028 still pushing each other there. A couple guys that have run together a lot over at BSR. Duke Sorensen's down there too. Yeah, Duke has been committed to that inside lane this entire time. And now, just like that, the outside forms right back up, and they're starting to get that energy back. Good to see a couple Team Speedland cars up there, Randy Smith and Steve Grant. Whereas Speedland has been a big help in making a lot of these streams happen, so we appreciate everything that they do, and pretty much everything that they do for the NR community as a whole, particularly CCR, where Steve Grant, of course, one of the top guys over there. We'll be bringing you guys some CCR coverage later on in the month of October, so keep an eye out for that come the 9th, 10th, and I believe 17th as well, from what I recall. Oof. Caleb is the 113 is that car has not looked the most steady in this draft here. I don't know if that thing is really handling the best. It's certainly fast, but like I said, sometimes for speed you gotta sacrifice some handling in these races.
Yeah, definitely. Like you kind of mentioned pre-race, it's about finding a balance. Yeah, well, that 113 does look fast. It definitely does not look like the steadiest car on the racetrack right now, but Lino doing a good job at managing it right now. But I mean, right now the inside lane kind of coming forward once again. Keith McLean doing a good job leading that line. Lonnie Keller also there on the inside of the 28. Definitely got to give a call to Duke Sorensen. He stayed committed to this inside lane pretty much about this whole race so far, and it's getting in places as he's also kind of moving up here in that 59. But we'll see now both the lines kind of look equal in terms of how many cars are in them, but that inside lane starting to move forward a little bit as now McLean's to the inside of the 31. He might even be inside of Reese here for the lead as we head
Oh,
down the
yeah.
back straightaway. Oh, but they're pushing, shoving each other like crazy, and that's going to be something to watch out for because you know how NR Online physics can be. Car-to-car contact is a lot more unforgiving. And, of course, you all probably know the golden rule of online plate racing is to never push in the corners. But my goodness, these guys are just absolutely going crazy here as now the aggression started to pick up here.
Yeah, I'm amazed at this. I mean, I know that we're going to be pitting here fairly soon, actually. Probably about another 5 laps, maybe 6. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They are getting at it. I saw a few guys nearly getting into each other. I believe that was DeSenza and Bumbalo, and then it looked like Charlie Trusty almost had a moment. Shout out to DeSenza. I mean, he started dead last, and he's coming forward. I mean, he was scored 14th the last time by, but for this point in the race, that's a good gain there. Jeez, 113. Ugh, that, like I said, that thing is, as you said, very swirling, and that is making me very, very nervous. I mean, how can you not be nervous when you watch this? It's like you're one tiny twitch away from disaster for the whole field. And pretty much everybody is still in this lead draft except for Ken Hansen. KJ is back 24th, and him and HB Hardy, I'm sure, are looking ahead of them going, yeah, this, I'm good where I'm at. I think I'd be in the same boat, but how about McLean? Coming up to the race lead here, and it looks like he's going to clear for now. The run's going to come back on the outside, but he should be able to lead this lap, and he indeed will. Almost bumper grab there, 31 and 73.
This is getting real crazy up here pretty much all throughout the field. And like you said, these races will keep you on the tip of your toes. Honestly, it's kind of just watching a time bomb. This one wrong move, one little flick of the steering wheel can cause a major pileup. So, yeah, that's why these kind of races are just so interesting and so incredible to watch. But right now, these guys are doing a fantastic job right now at keeping it clean. And now Keith McLean, the 28, looking to clear for the race lead here as we head off of turn number 4. Monty Keller there in the 028, looking to push him to the lead. And Keith McLean going to have a comfortable lead here as we head through the travel here to complete lap 15.
And if Monty plays this right and gets the shorter way around here, he might be able to clear. Caleb Lingle heads to the inside lane. Now, I bet you that this is the point now where these guys are going to have to start to think, all right, I need to get low. I need to get to the inside lane. Pit stops are coming up here shortly. The last thing you want to do is pit from the outside. That creates such a bottleneck, and that can lead to so much trouble. I mean, pitting under green with this many cars is already sketchy enough. Doing it from the outside lane, you're asking for trouble. And that's just the nature of these tight quarters racing. The fact that we've made it this long and with this much movement is very impressive. And that shows the incredible skill that these drivers possess to be able to make it happen. Of course, the fact that they've also been racing with each other for how many years definitely plays a part in that. Oh, boy. But, yeah, if I'm Herman, if I'm Jeff, I'm getting nervous. Because pit stops are imminent. And you're still stuck up there with not much of a gap. So, I mean, knowing these guys, they do also tend to be fairly courteous. If it comes down to it and they're like, guys, I need to pit, they'll try to leave a gap open to try to let them in. But only to a point, as Harry Kodian also jumps down. So that outside lane just forming as pit stops are coming up here. We're on lap 18 I would not be surprised if this might be the first lap that we see some takers. It's going to be a matter of how many, who it is, and can they make it cleanly? That is very difficult.
That's the big question. We've seen it plenty of times in real life how crazy green flag pit stops at super speedways can get. And yeah, especially with these guys still double filing in a couple places, this could get pretty crazy. Oh, we're Joe! Look
Hold
out!
on here, 3
Hold
wide.
on to it. Oh boy, we're getting crazy before we even get to the pit cycle.
He's gonna bring it in.
We got cars ducking down, and our first wave of cars has begun.
Oh no!
DJ
took out his brother.
Johnston.
Oh, don't think that'll be a caution because they're well below the racing surface. I think they should be fine, but boy, that's not a good feeling. 77 just took out his own bro. At least I think they're bros, if I recall correctly. But a small group there, which honestly might be the better play. But now, lap 19, who's it going to be this time? Perhaps the Irv Johnson for that save,
a lot
though.
more takers, and
that's Randy Smith.
Oh, that's going to be a caution.
Oh, big time, Johnny Hugh.
Over goes Trey Donahue. Oh, and Killer Jules and Randy Smith. That's going to be a yellow flag. My goodness.
And KJ turtled on the entry of pit road. Boy, this is going to be awkward now because now everybody's got to sort out who was able to get onto pit road and who didn't. Caleb Engel, Eddie Rayleigh, and Steve Grant all stayed out, along with, it looks like, Fugate. So, these guys are still coming around, it looks like, to take the yellow.
I think it doesn't look like the caution's out quite yet.
Wait, it isn't? Oh my gosh, it's not!
There's no caution for that.
Are you serious?
I'm quite surprised about that.
I am bewildered. Yeah, Randy Smith was around on the track. Well, okay. Game says no. Hold on. I am going to check. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to actually check to make sure the cautions are on. And they are. As KJ has called it a night. After that. I'm amazed. This game.
This game, that's all I can say.
It 3 cars flipping, but no, no yellow flag. I am bewildered. Wow. We're going to let the order cycle out here, and then we'll take a very quick replay of that, because there's no way that he can't have another look at that. I mean, 3 cars flipping. One of them was clearly around on the track. Hey, NR's gonna NR, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen similar situations.
It's an awesome game, but as I always say, no system is without its kinks.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But the 2 drivers that really benefited from that were the 112 and the 113. Now, granted, they're going to get swamped right here, but they came out well ahead of everybody. And now they're going to be able to merge into the pack here pretty well. Looks like Ryan Johnson's actually going to try and help them out here in the inside lane. Herman Reese retakes the lead with Justin Canis behind him, so familiar spot for those guys. And the guys that it looks like are going to be able to hold on to this lead draft as they run. Go all the way back to, looks like Mark DeSenza should be able to hold on to it. Steve Grant, don't know. Might not be able to, we'll see. But if he's able to, it looks like it's going to be, what, 12? Yeah, 12 guys. 11 if he can't. And among those guys also up here will be Ron Simpson, Ryan Johnson. A couple guys that we hadn't really mentioned too much. Props to them. Harry Codian is now 3rd. Props also there to 13. Then you got a 2-car draft here with Dan Rubino, Jason San Diego. They're 13th, 14th. Then we're going to have a 4-car draft here once Keith McLean, Rob Heath, Fugate, and Ricky Bumbalo find each other. Then everyone else fairly spread out as it runs. Of course, Randy Smith trying to keep going, but he is not getting that thing above 167. Ay, 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 ay.
Here we go, lap traffic.
And we'll make sure he's able to...
Looks like everybody's going to stay high, though. Looks like we ought to be good.
As the front guys pretty much all single filed out. That's not what Steve Graham wanted. Yeah, he has lost the draft officially now. That's a bummer there for the 11. But now that we've single filed out, Caleb, if you would do me a favor and just keep to the live shot for me, I am going to go take a look at that big crash. That did not result in a caution. Somehow. Somehow. I still can't believe that. Yeah, Randy Smith was smoking. I can't believe that thing is even still going.
This game, it's got its kinks, though. We all love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why we're all here. All right, so here's one very quick look. And yeah, Randy Smith just got all kinds of sideways. And he gets hit by Troy Donahue. And then KJ and then NR Physics took over, and that's what sent those two flipping. So I'm just going to have one more quick peek to see, did the 10 ever go more than 90 degrees sideways on the racing surface? I don't, now that I'm looking at it. Oh, he sure did. What the heck? Game. Oh my word. Yeah, Ricky Bumbalo also spinning. Hey, caramba. Well, as you said, Caleb, it's got its kinks, but we all love it.
Absolutely.
We're going to keep our eye on this lead draft here. Everybody, I'm sure, is probably going to be, well, never mind. I was about to say, I think these guys are probably going to just try to run out some more laps here, and they're going to be pretty content. But as I say that,
I think an inside lane formed here.
Oh, they are really well forming up here. Eddie Rayleigh going down there. Ryan Johnson, Descenza, Lingle. Herb Johnston is part of this draft now. I think he's a lap down, though. Indeed he is. But that 49's got plenty of speed. He was running top 10 prior to that. And, of course, had that incident with the 77. B. Hardy making up the rear of this field at the moment. And Ron Simpson kind of in no man's land right now. But they're going to get to the inside of the 59. So who knows? They might be able to try and make up some positions. Ooh, is Duke. Duke also getting down there. Okay, so yeah, these guys are getting pretty racy. And again, much to my surprise, but also certainly. Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Look out, 13 as they're trying to
the inside.
Try to cut off that run and take it for themselves. And now the outside has disintegrated. Oh, hold on.
Ooh, boy. Blocking.
Daytona never disappoints. We are 28 laps in, technically clean. Well, I guess you could say clean and green, but not really.
I guess one of those actions fit.
Yeah. It's been green flag this entire way. Whether it should be or not, debatable. But
yeah, the clean part might be a bit up for debate.
Yeah. So they're going to be catching the 77 here next. And now poor Monty Keller, Ron Simpson just trapped up there all by themselves. And one thing's for sure, though, with it being green flag up to this point, this race is moving right along. We'll give them that much.
Already approaching halfway.
About 5 laps from the halfway point here. Just a little more than that. Next pit stops will probably be happening around lap 37-ish. As man, there's more of that movement that we've been talking about and observing. And I can tell you what that probably is. On a lot of oval tracks, it is generally best practice to split the camber in the rear. I can't remember if it's negative 180 and 180 or the other way around, but that is generally the best way to do it. But at a super speedway, it's actually faster to have them even, to have them both at 0. The thing is, though, at least in my experience, that makes it handle like dog poop, to word it in a PG manner. So I bet you that a lot of these guys probably have it set to the zeros, and that is what's making them so tough to handle. That's a little bit of the open setup knowledge, the very limited open setup knowledge that I have. And let me tell you what, it handled so poorly that it dissuaded me from ever doing it again. And anytime I've ever run a super speedway race open setup again, oh goodness gracious.
Ooh, this could get a bit dicey. Ooh, boy.
Oh boy, splitting 2 lap cars, and one of them is well off the pace. Boy, I feel like if this were real NASCAR, they might be throwing the black on the 10.
He's unfortunately probably quite a lot of damage from that accident. I mean, he went over, so
Yeah,
probably has some roof engine damage to that 10, so considerably off the pace. It's a really tough break, though, for Randy Smith, because he was running up towards the front of the field for a lot of that opening run.
Yeah, there were a few guys that I'm pretty bummed to not see up in this lead draft anymore. But one guy that is Duke Sorensen. He is 4th right now. That's a guy that has snuck his way to a good few top 10s, but that's really about all he has to show so far. That 59 is looking pretty darn good on this on the super speedway. So like I said, you got guys that will come out of the woodwork and are just aces on these super speedways. They know how to tune it, they know how to drive it, they know how to draft, and they're able to make it happen really, really well. And Monty Keller would be another example of that. You don't see him up at the front in too many races, but these super speedways, he comes to life. Watch for that 028 to possibly be making some noise in this one. Still got 11 drivers in this pack. And we'll see how the next round of green flag pit stops will go, because it looks like we should get to that point. Actually, coming up once again very soon. Like 4 laps probably would be my guess.
Yeah, the first pit cycle went. This could definitely make things pretty interesting. It's going to be exciting to see how this pit cycle will go, but, you know, got a lot smaller of a pack here up towards the front. Everybody kind of single filed out. We'll have to see, though, how it goes, but, yeah, like you're kind of talking about, yeah, definitely, like I said pre-race, could see a lot of parity here in these super speedway races, and definitely seeing it here on display tonight. We got a lot of drivers still in this lead pack with a shot at this race win. One of those drivers I definitely got to give a call to is Mark DeCenza there in the 33. Like you said, started towards the back of this race, and now he's up here inside the top 10. Not only that, he's now up into 7th in that 33. He's been pretty quietly just mowing his way through the field here all night long. I'd honestly keep an eye out for this 33 here as we get into the second half of this one.
It'd be wonderful to see DeCenza get a deserved result. Every single time I mention how bad his luck has been, it just keeps happening and happening over and over again. So hopefully things will go his way here tonight. So far it is, as we are a lap from the halfway point. Green flag racing all the way through. Of course, to anybody that is tuning in who missed it, that is a debatable nomenclature that should be green at this point because of a big crash that happened while entering pit road. But the game said, nah, mate, we'll keep it green, even though 3 cars flipped. But we are still at it here with Herman Reese continuing to dominate and lead this pack. This top 11 here, plus a couple lap cars, are currently about 10 seconds plus ahead of the next pack, which is led by Keith McLean. These guys are making some good lap times as well. There's Rob Heath there, Fugate's in this pack. But, of course, yeah, if they're going to close in, they're going to really have to make some hay. And while at the moment it looks like the gap is staying about even, Yeah, they're gonna have a lot more work to do than that. Oh, Charlie, trusty, what is happening there?
Oh,
Hold on. As they put him a lap down. Props to him for keeping it on the apron. That is not an easy feat. But that's also gonna hurt him there, and that's gonna splinter this pack. Look at them all spread out now.
honestly, might be for the better though, maybe because I'm lap 37. Could maybe see. Oh yeah, here we go. Actually, starting to see some cars come down pit lane.
Whew. Just hit the mute button before I sneezed.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Radios are lighting up here. Who is going to be the first to come in? Looks like the 112, 113 are going to be staying out based on the fact of them going to the high side. They did go an extra lap last time. Yep, just a couple. It's Ryan Johnson, Mark Cosenza.
Ryan Johnston, a little bit hot. No
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
DJ.
Who going for a slider there?
360 never hurt nobody.
Just San Diego coming down by himself. Dan Rubino, very conservative there, coming down. But only 2 cars from this league draft. We'll see what that'll do for them. And while, yeah, that's not going to be as many cars to draft with, the one luxury of that, you can be a little more aggressive with your pit road entry. Whereas with the bigger pack, you got to be a little more considerable of everyone else's braking points. Here we go. A few more.
Here we go.
Reese, Kodian, locks it up there a little bit. Oh, don't hit him. Oh, little 3-wide action here.
3-wide.
HB's going to bail out of that. He's got a pit stall here pretty far back. On Simpson as well. There's Sorensen. Still out on the racetrack from this lead pack are just the 112, 113 as to be expected. And the 028 going an extra lap here. Again, yeah, how will this shake out this group of cars? Whoa, Duke, don't put the guys in the grass. They're all going to start to accelerate.
Just saying out another lap there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. This could pay dividends later in the race.
Cody and the outsider Reese trying to get some momentum going here. Couldn't quite get there.
But it took a peek.
Oh, but here comes DeCenza and Johnson. Oh boy.
We're gonna freight train these guys. Look at this.
DeCenza might get the lead after everything is said and done.
How about that for the 33? Caution!
Caution!
Blown engine
Buffalo.
85. This will bunch everybody back up.
That is not what Rayleigh and Lingle wanted to see.
No.
That's going to send them all the way to the back of the lead lap cars.
Ricky Bumbalo coming off pit lane. And the random engine failure has caught somebody, and it was the 85. Yep, there it is. At least it looked random. He may have shifted to 4th gear there and shredded something, but yep, that is every bit the making of a random. And let me tell you something, Caleb, and everybody watching. I swear I have not been a part of a Superspeedway race where that hasn't happened. Well, I have, but I swear they're few and far between where a random engine failure doesn't catch somebody. And in this case, the 85 caught the bad end of that stick.
Random mech fails are just the absolute worst. You know, they can happen to anybody for pretty much no reason at all. Unfortunately, it's like Bumbalo got the short end of the stick for that one, so that's a very tough break there for the 85. But definitely going to shake some things up here under this caution. Of course, like I mentioned, Rayleigh, Lingle, and Honey Keller there in the 028 still have to come down pit lane. Looks like they are going to come down here under caution, so that's really going to shake things up. As it looks like, as far as the cars that did come down pit lane goes, Marcus Hinton, the 33, is going to have the lead.
112.33 come in. You actually had a few guys that were put a lap
Actually,
down.
Monty Keller still out on the racetrack. He might be staying out a couple laps and coming in before we go green.
I actually think he made it down pit lane before the caution happened. I think that he had pitted by himself. And
oh, you know what? You're right. Oh boy.
So that's going to put Monty up in P1 once everything cycles out here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness indeed. Just Senza will probably be second. This is all hypothetical right now. So Monty Keller, Mark Senza, Ryan Johnson will be the top three. Ron Simpson fourth. And then looks like Lingle and Rayleigh, and then it looks like everybody behind them also pitted. And we're going to have a lot of wave rounds here.
Mm-hmm. Good thing for all these guys, though, is they're now going to be back in with a potential shot of staying in the lead pack.
Yeah. Oh, big time. So this will be huge. This will be huge for Fugate. I think he'll probably be the free pass, I would imagine. And then the 28 will get the wave around here, as well as Steve Grant. That should put all three of those guys on the lead lap. Irv Johnston, I think, yeah, he's 2 down, so he'll get one of those. Jason San Diego will be back on the lead lap, as would Rob Heath. So, if my math is serving me correctly here, that should put us at 16 cars on the lead lap. And Fugate is coming down, so yeah, he will be the free pass. We got some stuff to sort out here. I think it might take a bit, as Monty's actually going to bring her in. And take the safe route there.
Pit cycle cautions.
Oh, man, oh, man. 28 laps to go, so it's going to be... You're going to have to pit one more time regardless. And this will be pretty easily a one-stop. Mark DeSenza back to the lead. After it looked like him and Ryan Johnson were going to be able to hold on to it if that did indeed stay green. Meanwhile, as they run, I think that will put Herman Reese in P6 and the Jeff Stacanis in P7, and those two were the class of the field up until that happened, so... Oy. Only one caution, despite a lot of stuff happening. Daytona never disappoints. And we still got a good ways to go here.
We still got a lot more race left to run, and so far this has been a fantastic race here from Daytona. And like I said, this is really going to shake things up, so we'll have to see how the race ends up playing out from this point on. But like I mentioned towards the start of the race, as this goes along, the aggression is going to start to pick up, the patience is going to start running dry, and I imagine now here we are into the second half of the race. Time is starting to kind of take dry a little bit here, so I definitely imagine the aggression might just pick up a little bit here as we really head in here to the second half of this race.
And yeah, as you're saying, with patience going out the window as the laps tick away, I gotta ask you, cautions breeding cautions?
That's a good point. That's a good point. We'll have to see.
It would not surprise me one bit, as I believe the field does get the 1 to green here, and they did, so we will get everybody waved around here. Who is taking the wave around. And some of these guys will be back on the lead lap. Some of them just gonna get one of 2 or 3 laps down back. So your top 5 for this restart will be Mark Jacenza, Ryan Johnson, Ron Simpson, Caleb Lingle, Eddie Rayleigh. Oh boy. You got 2 guys that were doing a great job up there in that lead draft. But we didn't see them up at the very front of it that much. They got a lot of speed at that 33 and 78. Ron Simpson, this is the highest that we've seen him so far, but he's also looking pretty sporty. But then watch out for these two, the 113 and the 112. They got a very good super speedway package. And then you got, obviously, the two guys that were dominating that first half, the 73 and the 31. Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting. Especially once they get her all back up to speed. Thank you, Francis, for tuning in there. And shout out to everybody over there at CCR. Looking forward to getting a broadcast for you guys again in October. Oh, boy. Hey. This is far from over. Coming to 26 laps to go. Another pit stop remaining. And of course, it's going to take these guys at least a lap to be able to build up any kind of a run. This is based on the low RPMs and the cup physics. And with it being single file, some guys further back may even struggle to hold on to the draft. So, a lot of unknowns for this restart, but they are all going to be answered right now as the flagman waves the green flag after only the first caution of the race. Are slowly laboring up to speed with these low RPMs. To anyone unfamiliar with cup physics on super speedways, typically these engines will max out at 10,000 RPM. With this, only 7,000. So that's why it kind of takes him a bit. Although, look at this shove that the 25 just gave. The 78 got him right up to the bumper of the 33. But he's going to opt to stay in behind that Wrangler machine for the time being. Like you said, Caleb, how patient are these guys going to be? We saw even early in the going, before the first pit stop even. Once guys felt like it was time to go, they went and they went hard at it.
Definitely. And well, the front pack definitely seeming a lot more orderly. I've seen a lot of movement going on here towards the back of the field as everybody tries to get ordered out and then a line. If you get there in the 9, catches up to this front pack. Now looking to the outside is that 9 machine. Ken Hansen and Steve Grant looking to catch up with everybody else in tow behind them. You get, though, trying to get the outside lane going here and see if some cars go up there. And it looks like we got the 31, Jeff Stacanis. Oh,
hold on.
Oh, Harry Codian also wanted to try and get up there. There just wasn't any room. He's still trying to, but Fugit is there on his outside.
And Fugate's going to give the shove to the 31, but unfortunately, it looks like it's not quite going to work out. Props to these guys managing to hold on to the inside lane so far. Eddie Rayleigh jumps up there, maybe a little too much.
Oh,
this is going to stack them up in a hurry. Look out.
Oh, we are moving around.
Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think that move's going to go over well. Wow. Oh, he's still unsure where he wants to go.
I don't know if my voice completely told the story, but that was probably genuine fear.
It was you and me both, man. Hey, as Ron Simpson jumps up there. Hang on.
Yep, it's on. It's on now.
So another pit stop, boys. Come on now.
You think we're inside of 10 to go with how they're racing right now?
The center jumps up there. Ron Simpson's going to take the point here, potentially. Man, how huge would this be?
Well, here comes Lingo to give him some help.
Oh, he's going to give him a shove of a lifetime right here. There it is, but the outside's going to have the momentum. It's generally the preferred lane to be in on the straightaways. Inside lane, of course, shorter way around. Ryan Johnson getting swirly.
That might check up the outside a little bit, but swirly on the inside too.
He's going to be close here for this lap lead. It will be the 25. How about that for Ron Simpson? And look who's coming back up here on the inside as well. None other than Duke Sorensen.
Hey.
We are staggered 2 by 2 over 3 by 3 further back. Oof, that was almost a moment
Oh
there with
my goodness.
Mac Daddy. Caleb, I'm going to be real with you. I'm scared.
It is absolutely on now. The aggression is pretty much at an all-time high from what we've seen tonight, and I would definitely imagine the patience of these guys is pretty much about run dry, and it is on. And like you said, we still got another pit stop that we got coming up here in just a little bit time, but with how these guys are racing, you wouldn't think that.
No, yeah, you would think that this is it. As there's Ryan getting another twitch. As Ron Simpson clears
Clear.
Descenza. Where's Descenza go? He's going to go bottom.
Senza clears Lingles, so
They're
both
going
the
to
leaders of their respective lanes are going to clear the rest of the field.
try to hold it down there. And we are going to be taking 20 laps to go this time by Ron Simpson, or excuse me, Ryan Johnson. My goodness. I'm getting all kinds of confused. Ryan Johnson slots in front of Duke Sorensen. And now that outside's actually starting to... I mean, they're still pretty well formed, but... boy, that inside's actually handling a lot better than I thought it would. I thought that outside would have been the place to be if you were single file, but... right now, Ron Simpson's making it work pretty well, and everybody else sticking with him and doing a good job of it.
And definitely that inside lane working to these guys' advantage right now. They got a lot of momentum built up down there. A lot of cars following suit, as well as the outside lane continues to lose cars, and you got more going down to that inside lane once gaps open up. And as that happens, that outside lane going to continue to fall back. Roman Rice on the 73 trying to hang with these guys, trying to potentially maybe look for a gap there between Sorensen and Johnson. Right now, it doesn't look very likely, though, but we'll see. Rice still trying to stay in it.
He's getting a good shove, and yeah, he's got some momentum. He's going to get up to Johnson's side here, but you mentioned parity. This season, I beat this point to death all season long, but it's because it's true. This has been the most parity I've ever seen in any NR series with 10 different winners. All but one of them are multi-time winners, and tonight could very well see an 11th winner. Whether that's Simpson, whether that's Descenza, whether that's Harry Kodian, Duke Sorensen. Any of those guys are capable. And then you obviously got the heavy hitters like Herman Reese, who's making that charge back here on the outside lane. And then other guys that can try to snatch another win here, like Fugate, like Johnson. Caleb Lingle can go 2 for 3 in the last 3 races after winning at California. Of course, McLean won it last week at Richmond. And then next week we got Darlington. But yeah, we are back to side by side here for the race lead. Oh boy. But pit window at this point is open for everybody. They can pit whenever they want and make it to the finish. And I feel like we could see a split bag there, or everybody might just run it dry and just take the safe route there. But oh boy, they are pushing the heck out of each other. Herman Reese, though, getting the perfect push, and he is back out in the race lead.
That outside lane got formed back up pretty quickly there, and now Reese goes to the race lead. Harry Kodian in the 13 looking to clear for second. This would be a huge win there for Kodian. Right now trying to clear for the second position. Ron Simpson, though, staying strong, leading that inside lane. You also got Jeff Stakanis there on that outside lane. Keith McLean there in the 28. Looking to nag another win there.
How about McDaddy?
He was pretty good. He's had a great recovery.
Yeah, furthest up we've seen him after he was only in that second pack. Still on the lead lap, but yeah, after he had to take a waiver round to get back on the lead lap here. And he is now in P6. Now, 5th place. Going to be 4th if he's able to clear. Dan Rubino's up here on the lead lap, and he's in the top 10. How cool would that be for that 44 to get it done for the Rubino clan? Steve not here tonight. So all of the faith in Andy Rubino doing well is all on that 44. The 113, the 112, not really making much noise right now. They're at the tail of this top 10. And that inside has pretty much disintegrated. Well, now there's a different inside. Everybody ducks down. Ooh, 44, a little uncertain there. Wasn't sure which lane he wanted there. Oh, side to side there.
Oh,
113. Oh, that's the last thing you want to see in a super speedway. Is a side to side warping. Senza's dropped back here quite a bit. As has 78. But that pit stop is coming. And it's coming fast. And I feel like these guys are already trying to set themselves up for it. And if this goes green, that's going to make or break whoever has a chance at this. Flat out, end of story. You gotta commit. You gotta get it. You gotta execute. If you don't, you are not going to hold on to this lead draft. Your race is over.
This is going to be the money stop here coming up in probably just a couple laps. Like you said, the window is probably open, though. Oh,
it sure is.
Heath. 27 going to go ahead and come on down.
Charlie Trusty is going to come in a bit further behind him. Oh, nearly lose it. Oh, he is losing it. Hold on.
Back up.
But Rob Heath all by himself, though.
That's going to be the huge question.
I don't know if Rob Heath may end up getting hurt by that, being the fact that he's the only one, or if it may help him because, like I said, he could be as aggressive as you want to on entry. So who's next? It's like Bill Goldberg. Who's next?
Well, maybe
I think Herman. Oh yeah, here we. No. Okay, his line.
Oh, but we got a couple. Ron Simpson, Dan Rubino, Jason San Diego going to come on down,
and they're going to do a nice job there, coming down cleanly. That's a good pack of 3 there. That's kind of what you want. As Rob Heath comes off the pit lane. These guys are actually putting Irv Johnson a lap down. Oh, this could throw a wrench into the Spanners here. Oh, boy. That sentence made no sense.
Wide down the backstretch.
Oh, boy. Well, this 113 and 112, they've been staying out the longest. I feel like they may do the same thing. Anybody? Here we go. DeSenza, Johnson, and HB Hardy, it looks like. Or, no, it's Sorensen. Excuse me.
Oh, DeSenza!
Oh, he came in hot. Oh, now you just hope that that's not drive-through.
I don't know if that's going to be a speeding penalty.
Whoa. Didn't blow out a tire either. Goodness gracious. Hey, that's full send. We'll see if the track's going to forgive him for that. Checking back up front here. Who's next? Anybody? Caleb still has a little bit of side to side there. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Big leaders here. Herman, Kodian, Stakanis, McLean, Fugate, Grant, and Hardy. And, oh, that was picture perfect right there.
Kodian got a pretty good pin entry there. Able to get side by side with the 73.
That could pay dividends.
Daddy with a pretty good pin entrance as well there in the 28.
That's just going to be fuel only for a lot of these guys. Some of them may even be trying to take a little less fuel. Instead of full 2 cans, maybe just can and a half. Maybe even 1. See how they end up playing that into it. And these 3 again. I'm telling you. That's their strategy.
McLean with a great stop. He jumps race.
As the top 3 continue to stay out. And man, you're right. Holy cow, that's massive right there. That's where DeSenza is all by himself. He was not able to stick with Ryan Johnson, who finds Duke Sorensen, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch this group. Well, DeSenza will. He's actually going to pass a couple of them.
Looks like DeSenza did not get a penalty for that, which is quite great to see, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. He's going to slot in line. Trying to find those top 3. Here we are.
Oh, he did. No.
Oh.
No.
He had to. Oh. Yeah, he just waited a lap. Dagnabbit.
Oh, man.
Well, I jinxed him again. I need to just shush about his luck because then it's just going to keep happening. on Simpson, Jason San Diego there together there. They may catch those two and make it a 4-car draft.
This is getting a bit dicey.
Oh my goodness! Right up on their bumpers. Goodness gracious. And meanwhile, we still got guys that have to pit. And they're in a mess. They're in a big mess.
Oh, here they come.
Oh, Caleb is... Oh my goodness! Get a
Oh,
load up!
oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. 3 wide.
Well, okay. I see what he did there. He slowed way down to try to try to kind of confuse the delta. Essentially, is what you could call that. Because if you slow up enough, you might get your average down enough that you may get away with it. Who knows, though? We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. Gonna pull a line straight from Talladega 03. That's gonna be borderline, guys.
That's gonna be borderline. Keith McLean is coming out for turn 4, coming to the start-finish line. Oh, is Monty Keller spinning on the apron?
Whoa!
Oh, he's going to keep it down there, so no yellow, but that's going to cost him any chance at anything. Ooh, hold on.
Man. Oh, boy. I think we're all good.
Checking to see where these two came out. Ooh, they came out ahead. Obviously, they're going to get freight trained here shortly. But
yeah, here they come with a full head of steam.
But, you know, with how much of a gap they have, they're going to build up some momentum that they'll be able to hold on to this draft really well. Oh my gosh, they actually... Wow! Look at this gap that they got. That is impressive. I mean, they're still going to get run down, but...
Wow.
Man, their strategy worked beautifully. As long as Caleb didn't get pinged there, which doesn't look like he did. But, oh, man.
We'll give it a lap here and see, but, oh, boy, yeah, this pack is still coming. Here
7 laps to go. Game on, boys!
I don't know how aggressive are these guys going to be.
Oh, Caleb, what are you doing, bro?
Whoa! Herman Rice to the inside.
That was dirty.
Doors.
10-mile-an-hour difference. He threw the block and did not care. And he holds on to the lead. I can't believe that.
Whew. My goodness.
Oh, he's still blocking. Oh, he's still blocking.
Oh, my goodness.
And Herman's saying, no, you don't. Not after that one. 6 to go at Daytona. Single caution. And we've got, oh boy, how many cars is this? Pete Grant is in this. Looks like 9. 9 cars. With a shot. They catch a lap car here, the 77.
How about HB Hardy up here?
HB Hardy is in this thing.
I don't think we've talked about him all night long.
We hardly have. He's been quietly doing his thing. Stacana's still up here. Steve Grant's still up here. Fugate's up here.
Ooh, trying to use DJ as a pick was...
Oh, DJ's not going to make it easy.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go 3 wide here. Trying to get by him.
Oh, my goodness. Reese has a good run here off of turn 4 all over the back bumper of Lingle.
I have not seen anyone block this aggressively in a long time. Probably since Natan Amoito, if I'm being honest. Oh man, that's back in the IMRC days. One of the first leagues I ever broadcasted. Nobody's helping anybody. Oh, Staccanis in the wall.
Whoa.
4 to go at Daytona. What is happening?
Rice to the outside.
Oh yeah, he's gonna cut low.
He crossed him.
And yep, you can't block that one.
Textbook right there from Herman Reese.
Beautiful. Oh, but Caleb's pinching the heck out of those guys.
And now that's going to put Harry Codian in the attacker's position.
And Fugate's there. HB's going to try to shove that 113. I'm telling you, any of these guys, any of them can still, do it. 3 laps to go. Caleb, this is some awesome stuff. I cannot believe what we're getting to see.
We're at that moment now. The aggression is at an all-time high. The patience tank is bone dry. And it is absolutely go time from Daytona. 3 laps to go. This has been an intense final couple of laps. And we still got 3 laps to go. Anything can happen. Herman Reese there, the 73, trying to hold on to the lead. Eric Odia maybe trying to take a peek. Maybe trying to get a little bit of a run here.
His teammates.
Still, I would definitely imagine it's probably anybody's game up here in this front pack. Oh my!
Especially if Keith goes for that. Holy moly, Eddie! That didn't even look real. But man, now that outside, they're going to try to get a run here. Eddie actually ditched his teammate. Now Caleb files back down. It is 2 to go. When does Harry make the move? You know he's gonna. Oh, there's contact! Caleb! Into the grass! Gonna come up the track, keep it straight. We stay green, but that will cost him a chance at the win. And now they're forming some runs again! Oh, no! And now Eddie and Steve spin it! May spin up onto the track. This might be the yellow. Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, look out, look out, look out!
That's a yellow.
Goodness. Herman Reese is gonna sweep Daytona.
My goodness. Oh, Dan Rubino is in it in the 44. Eddie Rayleigh there in the 112. Steve Grant. Man, what a wild end of this race. And it is Herman Reese in the 73. Just has to make it back to the line. And like you said, they are going to sweep here at the Daytona International Speedway.
Win number 6 on the season. And that puts him, well, hey, he's been the favorite for a good chunk of this season. And hey, the pole sitter, he dominated the first half. Yeah, he had a dodgy moment when that 113 was going absolutely ham, but hey, it panned out beautifully. Kodian stuck with him. I feel like the 13 was probably going to stick with him until the bitter end. And then by the point the caution came out, there was just nothing he could do. But man, that 13 has really come to life here in these last several races. He's going to get a P2 as the caution car takes the lead of the race here. And at the checkered flag and yellow flag in the air, Herman Reese is going to do it yet again. He won the first race of the season at this very racetrack, and he does it tonight. Herman Reese sweeps Daytona, win number 6, and a further extension of that point lead that will, of course, be greatly shrunk once the chase begins, but boy, yeah, I think in order to win this championship, you're going to have to go through this battle act. Oh my gosh. Oh, what an insane final 7-8 laps that was.
That was just absolutely wild.
Caleb, I'm going to keep getting you in the booth for these races, because I swear, every time I have you in particular, magic happens. Let's pretend I didn't word it that way, but just insanity. Of course, we'll take a look at the conclusion of that. Oh my goodness, I can't talk anymore. We'll take a look at the final incidents there. But first, this guy. And that number 73 Cadillac. Bringing it to the start-finish line. See if he's even able to do it, burnout. Oh, yeah, there he goes. Keeping those grass painters employed. And thank you to anybody that tuned in for that one. I hope y'all are just as entertained as myself and Caleb here. Holy cow.
Goodness.
We'll talk to our top three here very shortly, but first I'm going to take another look at the incident. Well, we'll take a look first at Lingo going for a wild ride. If I can actually remember to stop fast forwarding. There we go. So he gets to the inside. He's
User
the
joined your
inside
channel.
lane of the 28, and ooh, yeah, just got a little squirrely there, and they kind of bounced off of the 28, but he kept it going, and then up the way here. Let's see what actually caused this. Oh, that was weird. Really sure, honestly, because it looked like a bad bump to the 28, and then I thought that he bumper grabbed off of him, and then, oh yeah, this happens. Oh, God. And the second pack is racing, so not too much they're able to do about that with the spinning
User
car coming
left
up in
your
front of them
channel.
there. But, oh my goodness gracious. I think we'll get a better view of it from on board with Steve Grant here. Going down the back stretch. Yep, there's the bump. There's... Okay, yeah, the 112, I think, kind of checked up. And Steve was just right on him. Steve stayed out of the major mayhem, which you're going to see over there. Oh! 112 gets clobbered by both. I think that was the 27 and the 44. Wow. But up to that point, it was just craziness. Everybody making every move imaginable. Oh, man.
Part of me is surprised they didn't wreck earlier than that.
I'm with you on that front.
They were just going absolutely wild. You could definitely tell after that pit cycle the gloves were off.
Oh, they were off and chucked into the bin. Wow.
They were off in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere.
They chucked into the ocean over there. So we'll be talking to our top three here in just a moment. That being Herman Reese, Harry Conan. How about Fugate up there with a P3? That's a turnaround of a result that he was definitely hoping for. Keith McLean, Jeff Canis, the top five. HB Hardy, a great run there out of that 03. He's going to finish sixth. Ryan Johnson, Ron Simpson, a great top 10, along with Jason San Diego and Duke Sorensen. They're also going to get top 10s out of this one. Caleb Lingle, after saving it, is going to emerge 11th after he did everything and then some to try to hold on to that lead. Oh, boy, I cannot believe that. Rob Heath, 12th. Eddie Rayleigh still finishes 13th. Steve Grant, a bit of a disappointing 14th there. Monty Keller, 15th. Dan Rubino, Mark DeSenza. That's going to be very disappointing for DeSenza. But able to see the checkered flag in 17th. Last car in the lead lap, Herb Johnson, Charlie Trusty, 1 lap down. DJ Ken Hansen, 2 down. Out of the race were Ricky Bumbalo with a header going out on that thing. Randy Smith, Troy Donahue, and KJ. All the DNFs. 25 drivers that started this thing. And after only 2 cautions, and one of them with 2 to go, even though, again, that one incident was debatable, but hey, the game has the final say, and hey, all in all, that was every bit of what I was hoping to get out of this race at Daytona. Holy cow. Congratulations to all these guys just for keeping it as racy as they did, and yet as clean as they did, all things considered. Well, on that note, though, let's go ahead and get our third place finisher in here first, and that would be
User was moved to your channel.
the man they call Fugate. Jeff, do you copy? You copy there, Fugate?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, they are. Yep, I got you. Third place finish. Great result. That is definitely something that I'm sure you're hoping for. But all in all, though, I am amazed at what I saw there in those final 5 laps. Plus, but at the end of it all, you managed to get out of there clean then with the third place finish. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I was really wanting that first place, but I didn't think. I'm actually glad that I actually got third after that Kabako wreck at the beginning when we started pitting and no caution, and I had to go back out on the track to miss everybody and lost tons of time getting back up to speed and come back around for the next lap and about run out of gas.
Oh yeah, yep. That caution when Bumbalo unfortunately blew up. Unfortunate for him, but yeah, saved a lot of guys in the end, including yourself. Gave yourself a chance at the win there. And that last pit stop, execution was obviously the name of the game there. I guess I'll ask you this. When it comes to that final pit stop under green at Daytona, because you know that you have to execute to keep up with that lead draft, just kind of tell me about the pressure that has to go into something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you try to practice those and work on coming in under pressure like that, and it's just get everything set. Just take fuel only, no tires, hit the mark, hit the line, the right speed. Don't get caught, and don't spin out or anything crazy. That's just and it's just pretty intense. And then coming out of the pits, the same thing, but keep on it and try to get every bit you can without going over the line.
Yeah, that's just the world of racing. I've been living on the edge, and well, there was a lot of living on the edge there. I'll ask you this finally. Um, it was fun to watch, but I will admit I feel like there were probably some shouts of fear when the 113 made some of the blocks that he did. I will ask you this: what the heck was going on in everyone's head when that final stretch began there and you guys caught the 113?
Uh, just amazed that he didn't go spinning off the track. I mean it's I know it's at the end of the race and you want to block and you can block, but when a line of cars are coming up, that fast catching you, it does make it a little tough. And of course we anticipated it happening, so it's pretty intense. Just trying to not lose momentum, but not run over each other. So yeah, it made it a little tough.
Mad props to all you guys for keeping it as clean as you did and for racing as hard as you did for as long as you did and nothing really happening. Yeah, the only 2 cautions. I mean, it was an incident at the van there and a blown engine. I mean, I know, yeah, with the deal there with the big crash and coming into pit road, but still very impressive from all you guys, and I give you guys mad props. I will turn over to Caleb if he's got any thoughts or questions for our third place finisher.
I do got to say that was a absolutely fantastic race, a fantastic performance out of you and everybody else tonight. That final run, especially, was just absolutely insane. So definitely got to give you props for that run. You did an amazing job there in that final run, staying there in the lead pack and making moves and winding up there with a third place finish. Definitely nothing to scoff at there. So fantastic job tonight out there, my man. And I keep up the great runs, man.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Worried at first with the one, didn't know if cautions were going to come out or not, and then finally we had a couple, but kind of saved us after the that early on problem we had. But yeah, it turned out pretty good.
That early pit cycle definitely had us kind of scratching our heads as well.
Hey, it's as I said, NR, and it's when it decides to throw the caution. Yep, that's totally up to the game, and sometimes it just says, nah. So, but yeah, ultimately, got yourself back in it with a shot, finishing third, and hey, awesome stuff. We've got Darlington coming up here, so best of luck with that one. And great to be able to talk to you again. It's been a bit since we've been able to get you up here, so congrats to you, brother. Of course, since you are up here, anytime that we get someone up here, close the thoughts, shout outs, whatever you want to do, my man, you have the honor.
Yeah, it's thanks for putting this on, Harry for sponsoring it, and of course Steve and Bino keeping the hobo racing going, and all the fun, all the guys tonight. A lot of good racing, a lot of close, tight racing, and hope everybody had a good time watching it.
Oh, we sure did. That's for damn sure. But congrats, my man. Best of luck in Arlington next week. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
Great to talk to him again. Spent a bit for Fugate getting the podium there. So awesome stuff out of that number 9. Congrats to him. Congrats also to the 13 finishing second. He is not in TeamSpeak, so I guess he bailed out. So that just leaves the one and only.
User was moved to your
The man,
channel.
the myth, the legend, is now 6-time winner, if I'm not mistaken. And the Daytona sweeper, Herman Reese. Do you copy? Uh-oh, not again. Herman, do you copy? We'll we'll give we'll give him a moment. My gosh, I cannot English today.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, you good, man? Do you think?
Give me a second.
Yep, it's all good, man. All good.
I don't know if you can hear me, but
I
hang
can.
on. I went to sleep here.
Uh-oh. I wonder if he can't hear us.
Oh, you got me now?
I got you. You got us?
Yeah, I guess my headphone went to sleep.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. Yep, was just gonna tell you, with the sweep in Daytona, now win number 6. So, yeah, that margin of victory there, as far as just the whole wins column, continues to increase. That average finishing position coming back down, man. You seriously are looking like the favorite for the title at this point. But obviously, with it being Daytona, a lot of crazy stuff happened there. It's kind of talked me through dominating the first half, falling back a little bit, and then needing to execute on that final pit stop to give yourself a shot.
Yeah, the first half of the race went pretty smooth, and guys were pretty calm. We were actually at one point discussing whether the cautions were even on for that big wreck on pit road, and just tried to be clean in and out. Under green flag stops, that first box is a major disadvantage, but I was able to have some solid pit stops and come out, and it worked out. I got dropped in the back a little bit there when that round of caution come out right during the pit stops, and I chose to go in and pit and top off, and that changed it from a can and a half to a can. And you can see at the end that really made a difference there.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I was thinking that if some guys were going to be trying to cut back on how much fuel they were taking there on that final stop. I will ask. I asked Fugate the same thing, and I'll ask you. And it was fun to watch, but I know that the 113 kind of throwing that block there may not have gone over the best. What was your take, and what were
Well,
you seeing?
Well, he was. The other thing is I don't. He wasn't aware, but he was warping horribly, and I thought it was a little excessive at the time. Um, I I was committed to Keith, and I basically told Keith wherever he goes, I'm going with him. Well, we knew that we came up on the rolling roadblock there, and those guys are going to they got to do what they got to do, and I think it caught Keith off guard, and I had to take. Evasive action. Otherwise, I was going to wreck him, and that's how I ended up getting by him. And he was. I can't repeat some of the things he said to me on private, but I think it probably looked a lot worse with Caleb's warping than it was, and I had to do a better job of backing it up so I could get that run on him, and I couldn't have done it without Harry. I mean, Harry stuck with me from lap 1 in the top when they all ganged up, and Harry had a couple opportunities, and I would have just pushed him to get by me there, coming off the pits, and we just rode through the traffic. And I actually, at one point, if you remember Talladega, it was the 112, 113 versus me. And I said, I got my boys now. I got my gang, and push me I was yelling at them on the private, push me to the front. Let's get up here. So it was fun.
Yeah, he was doing a phenomenal job of pushing you. I knew that the 112 and the 113 were going to be pretty committed, just based on kind of what they were able to do on the super speedways. So I just knew it was going to be a dogfight between like you and Keith and probably Harry, and then if the 113 and the 112 were able to get back up there, of course they both ended up having their deals on the two to go lap. But I guess finally though, knowing that we have the chase coming up here after Darlington, and then kind of that reset happening. Any expectations in particular when you're heading into the chase? Because at this point, obviously, you're all set with that. So just already kind of looking ahead to that, trying to practice for that. Just anything in particular that you're hoping for once that rolls around.
Well, I haven't fared. I've finished second several times. I had 1 year, I had a 500-point lead going into this deal and ended up finishing second. I think the format might be a little different this year. It's going to be, we're not going to do every 4 elimination. It's going to be point based, which that favors me. Phoenix is not one of my better tracks, but we have a lot of short tracks this year, and I've fared fairly well on all the short tracks. So I'm looking forward to the schedule. I've already done some testing at Milwaukee. We were testing Darlington. I think last week, once the race ended, I'd already clinched the regular season. So I hadn't really been working on Daytona or Darlington that much, trying to get ahead. Milwaukee's going to be a new track for us, and Keith, the Mac Daddy, and I have been working for about 2 weeks on getting something for there. And I look back, I think I won Bristol this year. There's some tracks though that favor these guys, KJ and Keith and Caleb and Jeff Stakanis. There's still, everybody's in this is going to reset. I think I'm only going to have I'll go from 370 to like 5-point lead and start it all over again. And hopefully the momentum stays up, keeps going the way that it's been. But I've had, regardless of how it turns out, I've had a phenomenal year and just have enjoyed every week being competitive. And it just has been fun.
Oh, I'm right there with you. You guys chose a good season to have broadcasted. It showed, and it's been a lot of fun getting to see. Yeah, like you said, so many competitive guys, and obviously tonight was going to bring even more guys into the fold for this one. And the same will happen once Talladega rolls around one final time on October 21st. Looking forward to that one, and looking forward to the chase, of course. But hey, we still got Darlington coming up though. So
yeah, I didn't. We talked all practice, and I was about to change, and I'm like, this is set up I won, and I changed the gear, and then I went back, and I said, I'm not changing a dang thing, and I'm glad. Sometimes it's hard to gauge in practice here, and this track gives everybody a shot. You see guys you don't normally necessarily see run up front, having good runs and having opportunities, and so that adds a little bit to the flavor. And there are some guys that have super setups here. Jeff Stakanis has one. Killer Jules has a great setup here. Keith McLean, his setup. We're not running the same stuff. The 3 or 4 of us are all running different things, and they're those guys are fast. It's just what fits your style of driving, I guess. And but that's what makes this kind of racing fun. It was pretty boring in the beginning, and then at the end there, we were dicing up 2 lanes, and that had to be fun to watch. I mean, it was fun in the cars. Guys were really respectful. There wasn't a lot of big bumps and no crazy tactics going on, so that made for a fun night. No arguing. Everybody was fun.
oh, dude, it was so much fun calling that one. I am seriously honored. Yeah, congrats to you on yet another W. I'll turn it over to Caleb if you've got anything for a race winner.
That was a absolutely spectacular race. that y'all put on out here tonight from Daytona, and a great performance by you, especially we've got to become accustomed to here during, especially this season. But yeah, that was an absolutely spectacular performance by you tonight. That was during that late stage of the race. That was an absolutely textbook move there to get bilingual there with that crossover. Just an absolutely spectacular job by you there tonight, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing what you can do in this upcoming chase. I definitely think that you're probably going to be the heaviest hitter out of them all after a run like that and after a season like you've had.
Thanks. My luck, it'll unravel at the wrong time, but I just got to keep going in loose, not get too protective, and just run the races and let the points fall where they may.
Yeah, man. But hey, we still got Darlington. Looking forward to seeing what that'll bring to you guys.
Well, you remember that last Darlington race, how that panned out?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I was inches away from having win number 7 right there.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that one. I am also looking forward to, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, I'm looking forward to calling that one with a throat that is not trying to implode in on itself, unlike last time. So,
well, I'll give you a heads up on it. A little testing last night. Caleb was really fast. Keith is really fast. So is KJ. A lot of grip in that Darlington. There is some tire fall off. Aesthetically, it's a beautiful track. There's a lot more grip, so the speeds are going to be up. We were in the race trim in the mid 27s last night. I think it was, 27.5s. And I think Caleb was running, and I was running 6s, and my notes say 4s. So it's going to be fast. And then you still have the tire fall off. And that's that track where you got to race the track, and then you don't race anybody till there's 10 to go. And it's going to be interesting. Last time we were at that version, we had a lot of cautions, and strategy came into play for some guys. So it's even when these races don't go as planned and they have a lot of cautions, there's still a lot of behind the scenes strategy that these guys try to put themselves in the position to get the best finish. And not often does the best car ever win over here at HOBO. You can't make any mistakes. You saw a couple of contenders tonight make one little mistake on pit road or something, and the race was all but done. And that's how it is over here. You have to try and be almost perfect all the time, every lap.
and that's how you got to get it done. But at the same time, like you said, all it takes is just one of those little slip ups, and anyone has a shot at it. And then with the 10 different winners this season, that has proven how competitive it is. I'm going to keep ramming that point home just because of how amazing that stat is. But
and listen, there's a couple guys that haven't won that normally win. I mean, there's still 3 or 4 opportunities for different, especially coming in these short tracks, man. There's going to be, we could get 3 or 4 new winners during the chase format.
That wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of guys knocking on the door, like Harry, who is just popping in.
Harry is overdue. Harry is overdue. He's, by the way, he's had some microphone issues in the last week, and his team, he has had struggles. The fact that he's had as many good runs with all the video card and sound card struggles that he's had, and he had popped into Keith and said, "Hey, will you tell those guys thanks?" And that he couldn't. I mean, he might make it in here. I don't know. He's been working hard at it, but he wanted to say appreciate you guys. He was telling Keith on the telephone, and Keith relayed it to me. And thanks for the good job. Harry sponsored the race tonight, so I thank him for that, and thank Harry for pushing me to the win. I honestly, I don't think if Harry wasn't there, my teammates were a little far back. I think Caleb holds me off there.
Yeah, Harry did actually pop into the YouTube chat. Said, "Yep, just thank you for what we're doing, and thank you to the Rubinos." And said, "This is his quote. It was fun. I was just sticking with Herman no matter what and where he went. He helps me quite a bit when I'm in trouble." So, yeah, I could tell the feeling was mutual there between you both.
Thanks, and I'll just go ahead and get to it. And thanks again tonight for putting the race on. And we missed Steve Rubino tonight. He's all well. He's just family came into town, getting some opportunities to spend time with him. And thanks Dan for setting the race up tonight, and my team. I mean, this best team I've been on in 1993. I started doing this, and these 4 or 5 guys, I mean, dedicated and working together and get along and no ego. I mean, like I said, I was going to push Keith. I had committed to Keith or any of the Jeffs. And that's kind of how it is. Whoever gets up front, hey guys, let's get them the win. There's no one wins, all wins. It's been one of them years. I think our team has won 18 of the 28 races or something like that. Incredible.
And it's been spread out pretty evenly amongst all you guys too. That's awesome. Again, it's been so much fun and such an honor to be doing it this season, and with a very competitive season like this. Far from over though. We still got a great handful of races here. Of course, next week being Darlington. Herman, best of luck on that one.
Thank
a great
you.
win tonight. We got through Daytona, so great job, man.
Yeah. We got one more. We got Talladega to try and sneak through. And look for the looks. I'll have it on tomorrow at lunch. The boys will be asking questions, and we'll have fun with it one more time. But thanks a lot, guys, and look forward to talking to you again next week at Darlington.
Hopefully so, man. Best of luck.
If we keep this up, I'll have to send you boys some Christmas cards.
Just keep up those good runs, man. That's all you need.
Thanks. You guys have a great night.
Same to you, brother.
User was moved out of your channel.
I wonder how those guys at the race shop are going to be reacting to how crazy that was. Because Caleb, it's like I said, man, you just bring the charm into every single race that you co-host with me. They just turn into bangers like this. Closing thoughts on what we saw with Daytona here tonight, and just whoa.
Yeah, I think that about perfectly describes it right there. Just wow, it was an incredible race. Pretty much about action packed from start to finish. Definitely kind of had. You could definitely tell there was kind of like phases to the race after everything was said and done, but still every part of this race had its own interesting parts, and it was just an incredible race. That finish still is just absolutely insane. And of course, happy to be up here for another one of these races. Surprised this one turned out really great as well. Don't know how the trend's been going on, but I can't complain because these have been incredible races, and I'm still so thankful to be up here calling these with you. So thank you for having me up here once again, and maybe we can keep this streak going. We'll have to see.
Hey, time permitting. I definitely, I do enjoy keeping the rotating door of guys to co-host, just because, again, yep, just giving everybody a shot to just kind of put their voice out there and just have some fun with. But Caleb, you being a good friend at this point, and of course being a part of the offline community a little bit more, and honestly, your availability has definitely helped, but. But no, man, it's seriously an honor and a pleasure, and just you have just as much fun with it as I do, and it's made it just absolutely fantastic. But I do want to send a brief shout out to everybody who has co-commentated with me thus far. I'll have to come up with like a list or something at the end of the season, because this is the longest season that I have ever broadcasted. Well, maybe aside from Fast. But I think since I've really been taking this seriously, this has been the longest season, which, again, I'm just honored, and I appreciate everybody that has put their faith in me to do this kind of thing. So, yeah, it's an honor, and I am humbled. I really am, that I'm able to do this and make a little bit of something off of it that kind of helps me pursue my interests outside of this. That's an honor. It really is. And thank you to HOBO for putting your trust in me every week. Thank you to everybody else, including Fast, including Primetime, CCR, who have been putting their faith in me as well. I just hope that I can continue to deliver. And until Darlington, we will see everybody then. On September 2nd, we will see everybody, of course, on this coming Saturday for prime time, the first races of their season. That'll be a doubleheader, a couple of 40-lap Superspeedway races. Looking forward to that one. Hopefully, Blaine Donlon will be able to be in the booth with me. I am really excited for getting that party started. Until then, though, a good evening to everybody. Congrats to Herman on win number 6. And hey, we made it through Daytona. We got just Darlington, and then the championship run begins. We'll see everybody on Saturday, and then again next Tuesday. Take care.